Right now, more than ever, Tesla's popularity is growing. In 2020, Tesla sold 500,000 cars. In 2021, they sold 65,000 shy of 1 million. And 2022 is looking to grow that number significantly. Not only are there factories in Fremont and Shanghai building cars in record quantities, but they just opened and delivered first vehicles from their brand new factory in Germany. Coming up on April 7th, Tesla is holding their Giga Texas Fair to celebrate what should be the opening of that new factory. And while these factories will be adding to their capacity, there are rumors of even more. Elon Musk recently tweeted about scaling Tesla to a massive size, but still today it can be a bit hard to get a Tesla in any timely manner. They keep going up in price as well. Tesla continually updates their cars, so today we're going to break down each of their cars, which one could be right for you, and what the current increased prices are, so let's get into it. While Tesla sells 4 cars at 4 different prices, there are commonalities between everything they sell. They make 100% electric vehicles. They aren't hybrids and don't use gas at all. When you run out of a charge, you can't drive, just the same as when you run out of gas. For some, this is quite frightening since charging infrastructure is unclear and has been known to take extra time. However, for Tesla, they have their large, ever-growing supercharger network that makes charging on a road trip easy, and then you can utilize the convenience of charging at home. Overall, these solutions work great for most people, and I've found that throughout the year, it only saves me time. If I were on road trips 20 times plus a year, I'd probably feel a bit different, but for a daily driver, Teslas are incredibly convenient. It's also much cheaper to charge a Tesla than to fill up with gas, which is something more and more people are understanding with skyrocketing gas prices of late. Tesla's own prices are skyrocketing, which is why I'm updating this video with their inflated prices as of late. Additionally, their delivery timing predictions have changed around a little bit, incentivizing certain upgrades with early deliveries, and I'll be sure to mention those things throughout. Tesla makes 4 different cars, and each are built from the ground up as EVs, with safety as their priority. Each of their cars has 5 stars in every category from NHTSA, and the Model 3 and Model Y rank as the 2 safest cars they have ever tested. The Model S and X are right up there as well. The safety of Teslas relates to, first, their autopilot safety features included standard in every car Tesla makes to prevent an accident. Then if you do get into an accident, they are the safest cars to be in, confirmed in crash tests I mentioned. That Tesla autopilot system as well includes auto steer and adaptive cruise control, and Tesla includes this by default on all of their new cars. No matter which Tesla you buy new, it will include auto steer that can drive for a long time on a road trip for you, take the stress off, and keep you safe. If you want more full self-driving, Tesla sells their full self-driving package for $12,000. It adds some features like navigate on autopilot, summon, auto lane change, and auto park, but the real reason they charge so much is because it includes any updates to FSD that Tesla brings out, like their FSD beta. This is still a limited beta, but when it arrives for real to all customers, it will be something that comes as an update to everyone who bought FSD. That's why they charge so much, because they see the future of FSD very soon. However, they have been promising these FSD beta features for so long that I don't actually recommend getting it unless you really want to invest in the future. I purchased FSD back in 2020 expecting it would be worthwhile, or some form of true autonomy would arrive in 2020 or even 2021. It did not. $12,000 is a lot, and the features you receive for that cost do not justify the price tag. One day it might, but I'd venture to guess that by the time you're looking to upgrade your Tesla, you still will have not received much. That FSD package stays with your vehicle, so once you sell it, it goes with it, and most dealers or trade-in values don't value FSD for what it's actually worth. It's a software package though, and can be added at any time after delivery to any of Tesla's cars. There's no hardware to install on a new Tesla, and it will add to your car in minutes after buying it in the app. Alternatively as well, you can subscribe to FSD for $199 per month right now. Now this buying guide is for a new Tesla, bought from Tesla directly, but if you're buying used, the above could be a little bit different, as Tesla has changed their autopilot model over the years. For example, a used 2018 Model 3 can come without any form of autopilot aside from safety features, so look out for that. With all of Tesla's vehicles, regardless of price, they are built for the future. Their large touchscreen controls most of what you do in the vehicle, and since that screen handles so much, Tesla can improve on this over time with software updates. As a Tesla owner, you'll receive software updates throughout the year and get various features. One thing Tesla recently added, for example, was the blind spot camera that comes up when you use the turn signal. This feature just arrived within the last few months, but was pushed as a software update, which means that all cars back to 2017 or so got this new feature at no extra cost. Further talking about the electric part of the car, there still seems to be this notion that electric cars are slow or something, when the opposite is true. Tesla makes the quickest accelerating car ever with their Plaid Model S doing a 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. No other car can beat it, and even their slowest Model 3 gets a 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds, which feels very quick. There's no engine, the car is silent, there's no no pollution coming from the tailpipe, and you can run it in your garage with no issues because there's not emissions. One-pedal driving is a huge benefit of electric cars thanks to regenerative braking, making it much easier to drive the majority of the time. Teslas don't require oil changes or any regular maintenance since they lack many of the parts that typically need fixing in gas vehicles as well, so that's a huge plus, but Teslas also aren't perfect. I've now taken delivery of 3 different Teslas, one of them being their flagship Plaid Model S, and each of those cars came with different issues. Tesla took care of those small issues at service appointments for free after I took delivery, but still they should not be things that exist on cars in this price range, but it happens regardless of Tesla's prices. For the individual vehicles Tesla makes, let's start with the cheapest and go up from there. Keep in mind that I'll be quoting EPA range numbers, and in the real world these ranges aren't realistic. Driving highway speeds for a while, being in wind or other factors, can impact your range, so even though I may mention a 330-mile range, don't count on truly being able to drive that each day. I typically count on at least 12% less range, which is what Inside EVs has found to be the case with most Teslas on their 70-mile-per-hour tests. Tesla's cheapest car is the Model 3. The Model 3 seats 5, has a standard trunk with automatic liftgate, understorage, a front trunk, and more. While it is a small vehicle, because it's all electric, there's actually quite a bit of storage space available there. The rear seats can fold down for more space, and it has an all-glass roof, vegan interior, premium audio system, wireless charger, USB drive in the glove box to save Sentry mode footage, heated seats, USB-C ports, cameras around the car for the included autopilot system, and more. What most people notice about this car immediately is that there is no heads-up display or instrument cluster. Instead, there is a center 15-inch touchscreen that shows you everything and controls the majority of what you need to do in the car. Most controls are on screen, and in my experience, this is something you get used to very quickly. The base Model 3 is called the rear-wheel drive Model 3, but I liked the previous naming of standard range because this is what it is. That car gets a range of 272 miles EPA, a top speed of 140 miles per hour, and a 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds. With the recent price increases, it now starts all the way at $46,990 or $47,000. You can choose between white or silver metallic paint at no extra charge, or pay $1,000 for blue, $1,500 for black, or $2,000 for red. Then Tesla has a 19-inch sport wheel option for $1,500, but keep in mind this will drop your range a tad and make ride quality slightly worse. I always advise to get stock wheels for these reasons, but if you really value looks and are fine with those potential downsides, they do look great. You can choose the standard black interior or very nice looking white interior for $1,000, and then Tesla sells FSD for $12,000 on top of that. For many people in daily usage, a standard range or base Model 3 will actually do a great job. I've personally owned this car, the standard range Model 3, as well as the 400-mile Plaid Model S, and have found this standard range to really fit my needs. This range is plenty, and when I've done road trips, like going from LA to Vegas and back, I charged once on the drive there. However, if you road trip frequently or simply want more range as a buffer, having extra range is almost always a good idea, especially with these lower priced cars. The long-range dual-motor Model 3 bumps your EPA range up significantly, up to 358 miles for $54,490. Again, less range in the real world, but you'll also get a top speed of 145 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. All the same colors, wheel options, and interior options apply to this configuration. Then if you want ultimate performance out of your EV, the Performance Model 3 is $61,990, gets a reduced EPA range of 315 miles, a top speed of 162 miles per hour, and a 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. Paint and interior options are the same for this model, but it comes only with the 20-inch Uber turbine wheels, as well as performance brakes, a carbon fiber spoiler, and aluminum alloy pedals. Each of these configurations will essentially feel like the same car. From the inside, there are hardly any discernible differences between a standard Model 3 or Performance Model 3, so the majority of what you're paying for are range and performance improvements. What you'll notice on Tesla's website for timing is that a standard range 3 will get delivered in August with stock wheels, but Tesla will also get you that car sooner, estimated, if you upgrade paint, wheels, the interior, or add FSD. Since FSD is so expensive, it seems to be the thing that moves your delivery date up the most. Again, for me though, it is not worth it. For many people, the long-range Model 3 will be a great buy, saving you a bit of time on road trips, but a standard range Model 3 can also fit many people's needs. For a full owner's review of the Model 3, you can check out my video linked up here or in the description below. Next up from Tesla is their now most popular car, the Model Y. I think of the Model Y as the Model 3's older, larger sibling. It looks essentially the same as a Model 3, and that's because it essentially is. Tesla originally announced this car to be around 75% the same as the Model 3 on purpose, but just because it's so similar looking doesn't mean it's the same. Of course, inside it looks nearly identical. You have 5 standard seats and that 15-inch center touchscreen, making the 3 and Y's controls identical, but the Y is significantly larger larger, higher off the ground, and sits passengers higher as well. The trunk space is large with a true hatchback, and there are 2 understorage compartments, 2 side cubbies, a front trunk, and space under the front seats. Overall, this is considered a crossover SUV, and it's a big space difference from the Model 3. The cheapest Model Y Tesla sells is the dual-motor long-range option, now at $62,990. There are heavy rumors and even a full EPA approval for a lower-range Model Y at 279 miles of range, but Tesla has yet to release full details on this, and we haven't seen it come to be. We may hear more soon, and it may finally open up this car for more customers looking for a cheaper option, but for right now, long range is the cheapest. The Model Y long range gets 330 miles of an EPA range, a top speed of 135 miles per hour, and a 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. Included paint options are the same as the Model 3. White or silver metallic are standard, blue is $1,000, black is $1,500, and red is $2,000. Standard wheels get 330 miles of range, whereas the upgraded 20-inch wheels get 318 miles of range for $2,000. Again, in my opinion, I always go stock wheels, especially after experiencing the surprisingly rough ride quality of the Model Y. However, that's completely up to you, of course. For the Model Y, Tesla offers a tow hitch that's an extra $1,000, and it's a high-strength, Class 2 steel tow bar capable of towing up to 3,500 pounds. Black interior is standard, with that great-looking white interior coming at an extra $1,000. Then they actually sell 2 seating configurations for this car. 5 is standard, but 7 is available for an extra $3,000. Since the roof slopes so much in the back, these are extremely small rear seats, and I don't recommend them for adults, but they can get the job done with small children. I think the Model Y is best suited to be a 5-seater though. Then of course, FSD is $12,000 extra. If you value performance, a performance Model Y comes in at $67,990. That car gets a 303-mile EPA range, 150 mile per hour top speed, and 3.5 seconds 0 to 60. It comes standard with 21-inch Uber turbine wheels, as well as performance brakes, a lowered suspension, and aluminum alloy pedals. You can do all the same options on the performance model, but you can only buy 5 seats. There are no 7-seater performance Model Ys. Again, with the Model Y, there are really no differences between the interior and general feel that this car has inside between a long-range and performance model. The only differences are the cosmetic upgrades outside, improved performance, and actually reduced range. The Model Y is clearly Tesla's most popular car, and it's so popular that configuring a base model with standard wheels will get you an estimated delivery date of January 2023. Upgrading paint, wheels, interior, seating, or anything can bump that date up to October, but again, FSD moves it up the most to June of 2022. It makes sense for Tesla to do this, but since I find the base wheels and non-performance model to be the best value and include the best ride quality, I do find this a bit frustrating. For myself, the Model Y is the perfect car. It's extremely versatile and great for cargo. I love everything about it, and my only complaint comes with the bumpier than expected ride quality. For a full ownership review of that car, you can check out my video linked up here or in the description below. So for now, those are what Tesla would call their, quote, cheap vehicles. With all the price increases continuing, these cars have quickly gone from nearing the realm of affordable to exceeding many people's budgets, and it's unfortunate to see. Hopefully things can ease up a bit in the coming months and years to get these cars more affordable, but for now they are pretty pricey. The Model 3 and Y are great options for most people, and their ranges for the average person can get the job done easily. They include a lot of great features, but if they still don't include enough for you and you want even more space, performance, or luxury features, that's where the Model S and X come in. The Model S and X recently got a full refresh from Tesla, ditching the old interior design in favor of a new one with horizontal screen and yoke steering wheel exclusively. This is the Tesla Model S. It's actually a very similar setup to the Model Y in regards to cargo space. It's not nearly as tall, but it features a hatchback trunk, under storage, side cubbies, front trunk, and more. It has a panoramic glass roof, and the rear seats can fold flat for extra space. It's a sedan though, so it's low to the ground and a fairly large, wide vehicle. The Model X shares a lot with the Model S, but takes the luxury features to a whole other level with its crazy falcon wing doors. This is an SUV that seats up to 7 fairly comfortably, includes auto-presenting front doors, and more. Inside both of these cars, much like the Model 3 and Y, they look almost identical. There's the main center display that's 17 inches and higher quality than the 3 or Y display. It already feels very large in a good way, but gets to be further utilized because these cars include an instrument cluster display. This gives you speed, charge, time, autopilot visualizations, and everything that takes up the left third of the Model 3 and Y screen. These cars have a ton of other great features that they share, like insane performance, noise canceling, air suspension, and more, but the yoke is the one you hear about the most. Tesla sells both of these cars exclusively with that yoke. For the Model S, that car now starts $10 below 6 digits. It starts at $99,990, gets a 405-mile EPA range, a top speed of 155 miles per hour, and 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds. White is the stock paint color, black or silver metallic or blue are $1,500 extra, and red is $2,500 extra. For wheels, the 19-inch Tempest wheels are included, but they also offer the Arachnid wheels for $4,500. Those wheels look incredible, but again will make for a bumpier ride and will decrease your range from 405 miles to 375 miles EPA on a charge for this vehicle. For many, this makes no difference, but for me it does. Interior options are black, white for $2,000 or cream for $2,000, and then FSD is $12,000. As with all of Tesla's cars, upgrading to the Plaid Model S at $35,000 more expensive will actually feel 95% like the same car. Inside, you'll hardly notice any differences, and nothing feature related on screen. You will, however, notice big differences in performance. The Model S Plaid is $135,990, gets a range of 396 miles, a top speed of 200 miles per hour, and insane 1.99 seconds 0 to 60. That makes it the quickest production car, and it's a stomach-dropping 0 to 60. Other performance specs are a quarter-mile time of 9.23 seconds at 155 mile per hour trap speed, 1,020 horsepower, 3 performance motors, and torque vectoring. With the Plaid, all options are the same, but the interior comes with a carbon fiber trim instead of wood. The performance of the Plaid Model S isn't something that most, if anyone, needs, but it's absolutely insane to experience. Overall, the Model S is a fantastic vehicle, but now starting at $100,000 makes it very tough to recommend to most people. There's a lot to like, but it's very expensive. In any case though, if you want to see a full review of the Model S Plaid, you can check out my video linked up here or in the description below. Last up is Tesla's largest and most expensive vehicle, the Model X. The Model X now starts at $114,990, gets a range of 351 miles, a top speed of 149 miles per hour, and a 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. Paint options are the same as the Model S. White is included, black, silver metallic, or blue are $1,500, and red is $2,500. You can upgrade the wheels to 22-inch turbine wheels for $5,500, and those drop your range from 351 to 332 miles EPA. There is black, white, or cream interior, and on the normal long-range Model X, you can choose between 5 seats included, 6 seats for $6,500 extra, or 7 seats for $3,500 extra. Then if you want that Plaid powertrain on this full-size SUV, you can get it for $138,990. The Plaid Model X gets a 333-mile range, a top speed of 149 miles per hour, and 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. Paint, wheel, and interior options are the same, but seating and trim are different here. In the Plaid Model X, the interior trim is carbon fiber instead of wood, and for seating, you can only choose the 6-seater option. You also, of course, get the Plaid upgrades, like it being the quickest accelerating SUV in production, a quarter mile of 9.9 seconds, 1,020 horsepower, 3 performance motors, and torque vectoring. The Model X is a special case in regards to delivery timing, because while Tesla refreshed this car back in January of 2021, it took almost an entire year for them to actually ship that car again. There are plenty of people still waiting to receive their Model X after having ordered back in 2020. It's extremely backed up, and their scaling of this car has not been great, so definitely take estimated delivery dates with a grain of salt here. In any case, a base Model X will deliver over a year out, according to Tesla, in May of 2023. And again, various upgrades like paint, wheels, interior, or seats can bump up your estimated delivery date. Still, with every upgrade and FSD, the quickest delivery date I see is October of 2022. The Model X is incredibly expensive, but it also includes a lot and can fit the bill for people shopping in that price range. It also includes performance specs that normally can't be purchased on cars even close to this price. I did a full review of a Model X Plaid, and you can check that out linked up here or in the description below. Right now, if you're looking to switch to a Tesla, the cheapest car you can buy from them is a rear-wheel drive Model 3 for $46,990. The most expensive Tesla is the Plaid Model X at $138,990. Eventually, Tesla plans to make the Cybertruck, keep scaling the Model 3 and Y, and make a cheaper $25,000 EV. With the way prices have increased, I'm not so sure about the $25,000 price point, but if gas prices keep at it, we may see more and more people willing to take the plunge, even at Tesla's high prices right now. There are many benefits to going electric, electric and you can save on fuel and maintenance, but for now, getting into an electric car is pretty pricey. Even with Tesla's higher pricing and more EV options becoming available, I still think Teslas end up being the best option for EVs. Tesla's autopilot system is very nice to have, their supercharger network continues to expand, and they just have more experience making electric cars than other brands. Their pricing is also locked in when you order online, instead of having to face a surprise dealer markup. I'm excited to see what the future holds for Tesla and EVs in general, and I can't wait to do another buying guide in the future that includes a car that is cheaper than the Model 3. In the meantime, if you want to see my latest review of the Model Y, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.